Hello, Assalamualaikum. So we meet again in MGT162, Fundamentals of Management. So this is chapter 4, Organizing. Okay, so for chapter 4, we also have two videos, and this is the first video. So let's see the learning objective from this chapter. Okay, of course, you need to know the definitions of organizing, the process of organizing, to understand the division of work and labor, okay, about the structure or departmentalization of the organization, the span of management, chain of command, authority, centralization, decentralization, delegation, and also the coordination. Okay, so here we can see that we want to tackle, we want to see the definition for organizing. Okay, the process of organizing, there are 5 steps in the process. The organizational structure or the departmentalization, okay, the span of control, chain of command, authority, and also delegation. So for this video, we're gonna cover until the organizational structure. So first, let's see the definitions of the management. Definition of organizing. Okay, organizing is defined as the process of determining the tasks to be done, who will do them, and how those tasks will be managed and coordinated. If you still remember from our first chapter, 4 functions of the management. Okay, so there are 4 functions of management: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So organizing is the second function of the management. Okay, so it says that here is the process, okay, of determining the tasks to be done. Okay, so when we start the organization, okay, you must know, of course, in planning you must know what you want to achieve, your objective. Okay, and then after that you must plan what are the activities to help you to achieve the objective. So in doing all this activity, you have to decide what are the activities to be done, who will do all these activities, okay, how you're going to manage people who do these activities, between one people with other people, between one department with the other department. So you have to coordinate all your resources. So that's what we mean by organizing. Okay, so let's see the organizing process. Okay, so there are 5 steps in the organizing process. Why we say that it's a process? Because it's continuation. Okay, so means that after you're done with step number 1, go through step number 2, and so on until step number 5. So maybe sometimes you need to go back at step number 1. Okay, as long as the organization exists, you have to keep on doing this process. Okay. So this is the step number 1, the organizing process, where detailing of work. Okay, step that you need to do is detailing of work. Okay, various tasks of the organization must first be determined. Okay, so you have to list out everything. What are the tasks of inside the organization, because you have your objective. Okay, the common objective for the profit making organizations, of course, making maximum profit. Okay, so in order for you to get all this profit, you have to do it, the activities. Okay, for example, you open a cafe. Okay, so of course you need to sell your products and drinks. Okay, so as the restaurant owner or cafe owner, you have to list out all the activities. Of course, you must know, so that you will know your menu, how many people or how many employees that you need to employ, what you're going to cook, who's going to cook, who's going to serve, who's going to do the drinks, to be the barista, to purchase the ingredients, and so on. So these are the tasks or activities that you need to list down. Okay, so that you will know how many that actually you need the employee. For example, how many barista that you need, how many cook that you need, how many how many dishes or how many pastries that you want to offer. Okay. The second step is division of work. Okay, dividing the total workload into activities that can logically and comfortably be performed by one person or by a group. Okay, so you already list out all the activities. Okay, so you have to divide. Okay, you have to think, okay, all these activities, who's going to do it, okay, and how many people will have to do it. If there are many people, many employees who do the similar tasks or activities, so you can group them under one group so that it will be easier for you to manage the group. For example, you have one employees who their task is to prep all the ingredients, wash all the ingredients, do all the cuttings. You also might want some an employee who going to serve. Okay, you need employee to cook. You need to employ a barista and so on. Division of labor and the grouping together of people should be organized by reference to some common characteristic which will form a logical link between the activities involved. Okay, so that it will be easier for you to manage. Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of all this, okay, when you do the division of work? Okay, so the advantages is that person to fit, okay, so that person will fit with the task that they do, so it will create the job specialization, okay, because that person, the task is to as a barista, so you just prepare the drinks, the coffee, okay, or the tea, okay, so that when you keep on doing the same thing, okay, every day, so you will be specialized in the area, okay, you know on everything, the area on how to do it and so on. Of course it will increase the productivity because you master in the area, okay, you can do it with your eyes open or eyes closed, I mean, okay, so it will be easier for you. Okay, however, there are also disadvantages where it will make the employees boredom. Okay, boredom means that you keep on, okay, every day you do the same thing. Okay, so if you keep on doing it for a few years, of course you will feel bored. Okay, you want to do other stuff, okay, other activities. Okay, higher degree of control, okay, so that you have control over that activity because you are solely who do the activity. Okay, so the third step is departmentalization. Okay, so next we go to departmentalization. Okay, group individuals into related assigned tasks. So, for example, individuals involved in sales, promotion, advertising to be grouped under the marketing department. So, after reorganizing, list out all the activities needed. Okay, done by the individual. So maybe there will be many employee or many staff who will do the same activities. Okay, so we can group them under one department. Okay, so that it will be easier for us to monitor. For example, let's say here that people who in marketing department, so there will be employee who will do the promotion, who will do advertising and so on. Okay, or people who do the financial statement, okay, budget and so on. So this type of people we group under finance department or account department. Okay. In step number 4 is the coordination of work. Yeah. So we reconcile differences in approach, time, effort, or interest, and to harmonize individual goals to contribute to organizational goals. Okay. So of course there will be, since there are many employees, there are many departments, so everyone have their own objective. Okay, different employee have different objective, have different goal. Different department have different objective, have different goal for their department. Okay, they have their own goals for their department. So here we want to reconcile everything so that everyone is working towards the same goal, which is to help the organization. Okay, so it's very important that we reconcile all these differences, okay, to work together, because it will give the synergy for the employees, okay, or department. Okay. Step number 4 is monitoring and reorganizing. Of course, after we've done all the departmentalization, we list down, we give their tasks and so on. The employees is grouped under similar activities or the tasks, okay, and we have to monitor whether everything that we did so far is the best or do we need to redo it. Okay, periodical reassessment of the 4 precedent steps is necessary. So even though you reach out, okay, everyone is sit in their own department doing their own activities. So you still have to monitor to see whether is this the best department that we have. Okay, do we need more department? Do we need to add more employees in this department? Do we have to reduce number of employees in that department, and so on? Okay. The structure of the organization must be re-evaluated, okay, to make sure it is consistent with the current requirements and see that it is still effective and efficient. So we must always monitor, okay, our department. Do we need new department which cater with all these changes in activities, okay, business activities? For example, like nowadays people are doing it online, okay, they need to have the social media selling online and so on. So do we have to do it? If we have to do it, do we have to form a new department, and so on? So that's why the organization must always monitor their department. Okay, so we already covered the organizing process. So now we want to see the organizational structure or departmentalization. Okay, so basically there are 6 department or types of organizational structure that we can do, okay, or the organization can choose. Okay, the first one is functional structure. Functional structure is very common. Many organizations use the functional structure. Okay, types of department that they use is functional. Okay, so here is where they group, okay, based on the functions performed. For example, here we have the organization charts with the CEO. So we have the marketing department, production department, sales department, human resource department, and also finance department. So meaning that this organization, they group their employees according to the functions that the employee perform, okay, or the activities that they do. For example, they have marketing department. So people in the marketing department, they will focus on marketing activities only. For example, like promotions. Okay, so they will do all the promotions. If you are working under human resource department, so all the employees in the human resource department, they will do activities, okay, tasks related with the human resource. For example, maybe you will give training to your employees, okay, plan the training for your employees, get more employees, and redo the restructuring and so on. Okay, so this is the basic departmentalization or structure that you use. Okay. So the advantages is that, of course, it will facilitate specialization. It will be easier for you to supervise. Okay. However, okay, there are also disadvantages. Okay, so they focus on departmental versus organizational issues. Okay, so each department will have their own issues compared to the organization. Okay, and it's very slow in making decisions, so it's very sometimes difficult for you to monitor the performance for the department. Okay. The second one we have is the product structure. Okay, here where is you group, okay, based on the products manufactured. It is suitable, okay, for the organization with relatively diverse product lines that require specialized efforts to achieve high product quality, meaning that if the organization have varieties of products, so the organization, instead of using the functional structure, they can use the product structure. Okay, product structure means that instead of having the marketing department, sales department, human resource department, they don't have that. Okay, but they have electronic products department. They have food products department. They have beauty products department. So let's say that you are working under food products department, so your task will be related about food product. Maybe you will do marketing for the food product, maybe you will in charge of the finance of the food product, and so on. Okay, so if you work under beauty products, so you only focus on the beauty products, so you don't have to handle the promotion for food but electronic, but you only focus promotions for the beauty products. Okay. The advantages, of course, it can enhance coordination. Okay, easy to focus. Okay, However, less control and maybe difficult to manage diverse product lines. Okay, sometimes it will be duplicate of resources. Okay, and increase cost. Okay, and also focus only on product, because why it says here that it will duplicate of resources and increase cost, because you will have many employees who are doing the marketing but focus on their own products only. So sometimes it can be redundant cost. It's not cost effective. Instead of you can do the marketing in one marketing for all the product, but you choose to do it only focus on your own product. Okay. Next is the customer structure. Okay, customer structure here, grouping based on the types of customers served. Okay, for organizations that have separate customer groups with very specific and distinct needs. Okay, so in that you have different types of customer. Okay, so when you have different type of customer, you can focus on the types of customer that you serve. Okay, so here you can form the department of diploma, means that you want to focus on customer your customer who are doing the diploma with you, or you are working under department undergraduate, so all your activities will be related with your customer who is the undergraduates. Or there are also employees who work under Department of Postgraduate, so all the activities that tasks will be related to the postgraduates. Okay. The advantages is, of course, is good structure for serving large customer groups. Okay, so because you can identify, okay, clearly the types of customer that you have. Okay, so good feelings from customer, experts in the customer handling, because your customer is only that group. Okay, so you are very expert in the postgraduate customer. Okay, however, it will be ineffective and inefficient use of resources. Like before, it will be redundant. Okay. Next, we have the geographic structure. Okay. Geographic structure is grouping based on geographical areas. Okay, for organizations with limited product lines that either have wide geographic coverage or desire to grow through geographic expansion. Okay, so this type of departmentalization is very suitable for organizations who cover wide area. Okay, for example, you have Department of North. Okay, northern, central, southern, and east. Okay, so you can have all this department. Okay, divide your employees according to this department geographic area, because you cover such a large area. Okay. The advantages is, of course, it will focus on the specific new market, so your markets will be specific for that area only. Okay, we'll have a better communication with the customer, but of course the disadvantages is still the same, which is the duplication, okay, of resources. The next one we have is matrix structure. Matrix structure, okay, is kind of different, okay, from the others, because it two different dimensions departments grouped simultaneously. So instead of just choose one department, okay, you departmentalization, but you apply two types of departmentalization at the same time. Okay, a structure in which the tasks of the organization are grouped along two organizational dimensions simultaneously. Okay, for example, you combine between product and function, and also product and geographic. Okay, let's see. Here, for example, we have marketing, human resource, finance, and IT. Okay, these are examples of departmentalization based on functional structure. While here we have product A and product B. So this is example for the product structure. So here you combine between functional and also product. Okay, instead of use one functional, but you decided to use both at the same time. Okay, so let's say that you as X, okay, you work here. Okay, means that you will work under marketing department, okay, for product A. Okay, means that you will do all the marketing related activities for product A only. Okay, while Y here is working also under marketing, but also for product B. So this Y only focus for product B. Okay. For example here, okay, production, marketing, finance, human resource, and here is also the product lah. Okay, project A, project B, and also project C. Okay. The advantages is, of course, we can achieve the objectives simultaneously. Okay, there are managers also can focus on two organizational dimensions. Okay, it's good use of resources and sharing of information between both types of department lah. Okay, however, it will involve high conflict, frustration. It will be difficult for the employee because they will have two bosses at the same time. Okay. And the next one is network structure. Okay, network structure means that a set of alliances with other organizations. Means that when you want to do the departmentalization, you need to have alliances with other organizations. Other organization will be act in your department. Okay, an organizational structure that is founded on a set of alliances with other organizations that serve a wide variety of functions. Meaning that when you want to operate your business, when you want to deliver, to produce your product, you need alliance with other company. Okay, an organization that has a core coordinating with other organizations or organizational unit. So you will coordinate with other organization. Okay, let's see. Here, for example, we have the contractor. Okay, so as the contractor, you as the general contractor, you will have alliances with the electrical company, the masonry company, or the bricklayer. For the excavating company, you will also have alliances with the plumber, alliances with the carpenter, and so on. Okay. The advantages is that, of course, it will be more flexible. Okay, you will have maximize the effectiveness of your core units. However, sometimes it will bring the conflict. Okay, for the organization. Okay. So that's it for this video. We're going to continue in the second video. Thank you.